Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This is part 4 of Parsha Tisah, responsibility of a leader. We discuss that a leader has to really be in touch with reality, in touch with his people, in touch with ramifications of his decisions. We applied this to Bibi's speech in Congress, where a person could rationally argue with him and say that based on his analysis, he doesn't think it's a dangerous deal that America is setting up with Iran. But to go ahead and just deny, no, everything is fine. Of course, I have faith in the American leaders and that nothing bad can happen to us. It's just naive kind of thinking. Based on a little bit that I've seen, it seems like it could be a danger here, or certainly a suffix on Iran set on destroying us. And to go ahead and just ignore that reality sounds very, very dangerous. Every leader and every layman has to try to perceive what is reality over here. With that in mind, I'd just like to mention that Mordechai, very much during his time, perceived the reality well, that there was a danger. He had to convince Esther at one point of it as well. And then he had a two-pronged approach. One, to go ahead and try to work with Esther and deal with Haman in a political way, in terms of dealing with Haman, inciting Haman, trying to push him over the limit, the way he dealt with him when he came to take him on the horse. Going to Gemara, we mentioned this in Shir a week ago. Mordechai, how he dealt with Haman, and Esther, of course, invited him to the party, and they were shaking him up. And then, of course, the other part of the approach, which is just as crucial, maybe more important, is how they relate to the Torah, to mitzvahs, to Hashem. Both approaches, the practical hishtadlus and the spiritual hishtadlus. That was Mordechai's approach then. That has to be our approach now as well, to perceive the reality and then to go ahead and be involved in tshuva, introspection, and tefillah, and any political, practical means that we feel is necessary. And with that in mind, I'd like just to conclude our little mini-series with a Yashikoach. In my opinion, some rabbis really do properly perceive what's going on. They put ads in papers, some of the rabbis, the Yashikov to Netanyahu for standing up to world pressure, standing up to pressure within Israel itself, and supporting him in the big decision. A very, very big list of the rabbis in the Tilumi world, from Rabbi Shapiro, Rashiv Merkaz Rabbi, Yakim Levanon, from Elon Moreh, Rosh Moliau from Tzfat, Rav Aviner. And the list goes on and on. Some of the luminaries in the Datilumi world, the rabbis supporting Netanyahu. I give them a yashikah because I think, in my opinion, they perceive what's going on. There's a real danger here, certainly a suffix possible danger, and they appreciate Bibi going ahead and taking a lot of pressure from the world, from Israel, from America, speaking over there to go ahead and try to convince the powers to be that there is an imminent danger for Israel and for the whole world, and dealing with all the pressure and standing up to the powers of the world to go ahead and make our case. So Yashikoach to the leaders, the rabbis that supported Bibi. In my opinion, it's the right move, and Yashikoach to Bibi himself. In my opinion, he really truly does feel the weight of the Jewish people on his shoulders. People can certainly argue with that statement, but I do feel that way. And he's doing his best to deal with the danger that he perceives and trying to go ahead and work with the powers to be to try to stop that danger. And the picture in the paper of him going to the Kotel the night before he went on his trip, to me is a big statement as well. I don't look at it as a political move either. A person could go ahead and not be a halachic Jew. He follows every halacha. It doesn't mean that he has no connection to Hashem and doesn't realize the importance that Hashem plays in our lives as well, even if he's not a totally halachic Jew. Against Hashem, we should just have Sirot Tovot Shalom.